Hello, welcome to the second episode of the OurLastBraincCells podcast. I'm your host, Aiden. We're back with your favorite crippled co-host, Allyson.
Hi.
And our guest today is your favorite stupid midget,
Hello.
Makayla.
I won't deny it.
She sucks. God, she's so stupid. Dumb and short.
Okay. So that was a Nerf gun in the intro, by the way.
What have you done since we did the first episode, Allyson?
Not much.
Surprise, surprise.
Physical therapy's a pain. That's all I've done.
Yeah, and you sprained your ankle almost because of
You should
Pierce?
tell this story. Who wants
So basically,
Oh, God.
Makayla's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And she made out of, those string worms that you lead with a string, and it's haha, funny, and there's the ones that are on the balls for, like, cats and dogs and stuff. Well, Makayla made, a person out of them.
Out of pipe cleaners.
She called it Wormsworth.
Pennington. Wormsworth
I
Pennington.
don't care about his stupid, retarded last name. Anyways, she brought him to lunch from the band room, and Pierce, love you, Pierce. You're my boyfriend. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I hate you for this.
He took the top half of Wormsworth and threw him onto a giant glass wall, or whatever, the giant wall with glass in it, window area, whatever.
And there's a ledge above that glass.
So we took like 10 minutes trying to get it down after school, and then the second it went down, he grabbed it and then threw it on the higher wall, which I find
Which is
very
on the
funny.
opposite side of the cafeteria.
I find very, very funny. Makayla is very upset about it because she's 6.
Yeah, I thought you just said I was 7, you fool. This leads to where I almost sprained my ankle.
So
which was
Allyson wanted me to run over because there's also a tiara up there that Parker was trying to get down, so she didn't have her cane, so she was using Allison's cane to get the tiara down. So Alice was like, I'll grab onto your hood and run me over there. It was going smooth. And then Pierce made her grab onto
He
arm.
runs up at a 45-degree angle, trips me on the one leg, and kicks me out with his other leg when he steps.
That was nothing.
That was unnecessary.
Don't question that noise. It was Makayla.
And so then my leg, when I fell, the leg got caught on a bunch of chairs, and I was being dragged by getting caught on someone. I think Pierce grabbed my arm or something. I don't know. I just know I was being dragged.
So basically, she fell.
And then my ankle started hurting like a sprain after that a little while later.
So your body's in pain right now, huh?
It's not that bad. It's like at a 3 now.
Oh, my body's in so much pain.
Yeah, so is mine.
I started open weight room. Do you know what open weight room is? From 4:30 to 5:30, the weight room at the school is open to the public.
Only for February.
Yeah, only for February. So I haven't done exercise or anything. I haven't eaten healthy in like months. Since like early summer, like June, July. So doing what I usually would do after I'd done it for a while hurts so much. My leg hurts. My tailbone hurts. These areas on my chest hurt. Ooh, my body's in so much pain.
I know it sounds stupid why I'm in so much pain. It's because they're trying to have me walk. They had me squeeze a football between my leg and a wall to try and push the football closed.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts. It hurts so bad.
I could tell because your leg sucks. Your body probably is in pain all the time anytime you try to walk without your stupid cane. You need a wheelchair.
All parts of my body hurts. My neck hurts.
You need a
my
wheelchair
ankles hurt.
for me to push you around. You need a wheelchair. Do wheelies and stuff.
Dude, I want to sign up for wheelchair basketball.
That's a thing?
That is a thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's basketball. I've seen it. It's wheelchair basketball. Like, they do sports for disabled people. That's why I wanted to do dodgeball so bad. They better allow me to do it. I want to do it.
Yeah, are we actually going to do that dodgeball thing?
I don't know.
Because it is $30 a team.
We can wait till next year where I'm not able to walk.
What if they don't do it again next year?
They probably will, because I've been doing it the past 2-3 ones.
They have?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just saw the flyer. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. We should do that. But I was like, Allyson is disabled.
I'm ham at dodgeball, and I really want to do it. The plan is to have one of you wear a hoodie and we jump around and I'll throw them.
What would the hoodie do anything?
How else am I going to hold on with one hand and throw with the other so I can get around and run?
Yo, Aiden, that's fine. You can use my back as an armrest.
What?
Here will be slaves.
You are small. Makayla, how have you been? What's been on?
All right, I guess I'm the footrest.
Yeah.
Like, actually nothing. I have one brain cell.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to go into detail about that?
How ironic.
Oh, dear Lord, you're making me talk. I'm gonna pause, like, for 20 seconds and then forget what I was gonna say.
All right, just try your best.
Try.
Alright, so what's been happening with my life for, like, the past 2 years now? I've been, like, spacing out constantly. I'm in a constant state of tiredness, and I have poor cognitive skills, and
Hey,
Yeah.
Makayla, the mic's a little sensitive.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine.
Anyway, I've been going to the doctor for this for a while, and we could not find anything out. Like, now that I'm taking medication for it, now I got anxiety. Whoa! I probably have to go, like, all the way to Italy to get diagnosed with something.
Dude, that'd be great.
Little-
The big.
What?
You didn't even say English. If you guys didn't know, she said the baguette like a goddamn retard. Anyways, yeah, Makayla's been having a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Didn't they think it was hormonal at some point?
They
Yeah, I'm
also
pretty
thought
sure
it
it
was
is hormonal.
seizures.
And then don't you take antidepressants now or something?
Yeah, I quit that medication.
Yeah, that was screwing her over.
Yeah, it was, like, making me have heart palpitations. That was great.
Palpitations, like Emperor
Race-
Palpatine from Star Wars.
They're
Like,
screaming
like a racing
children.
heart. Aiden, a racing
Ah,
heart.
That makes sense. Like horse races.
Nice bit. I'm gonna have to draw that later.
Of course you will. You want to draw literally everything or animate everything.
Yes.
So, what do you guys want to talk about first?
What's on the list?
Um,
Let's go. Let's
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
we
this
have
one.
a list.
Let's talk about this one. Let's talk about The Quiet Place because
Good movie.
me and Makayla watched it. We were supposed to watch it today.
Alice is
but
the
we,
loser. She didn't watch it.
we procrastinated.
I haven't watched it.
We procrastinated. We were supposed to watch it today, but
We ended up screwing out around for like 2 hours, made a pizza, and played a lot of Mortal Kombat.
yeah. Allison sucks at Mortal Kombat, so does Makayla's what I've learned. I've learned that there's
I'm sorry, all you do is teleport
the first
across
time
to
I've ever
both
played that.
sides.
Well, Makayla has a reasonable reason. You own the game. You own
Do
it.
you think I play it?
Do you think I play Mortal Kombat anymore?
I haven't played it since second, like going ham. I haven't played that good since second grade.
MKX has not been out since second grade.
No, like other Mortal Kombats,
Yeah,
like on
but-
the 360 and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
I'm that old.
But you said you know like the moves of Sonya Blade from.
Yeah, because I usually try to stick to one character so I can memorize that for a little bit, and then I'll move on to other ones.
They
But
changed
then-
during every game, you idiot.
Yeah, I meant for this one because this is the one I was playing over the summer.
Oh my lord.
You children,
Anyways, what were we talking about again?
A Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place. So, Quiet Place comes out. Part 2 comes out in March, right?
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're
does
all-
it come out around my birthday? What?
I don't know. It's
Wait,
March
hold on, hold on.
26th, right?
No, mine's March 7th.
Yeah, you're unimportant. So, it comes out March 26th. We're all going to see it as a friend group, right? So, but Parker and Allison still need to watch it.
Mhm.
Me and Parker are probably going to watch it tomorrow. This is filmed on Saturday. Sunday. Saturdays are for the boys. Sundays for the girl. That's my agenda.
Okay.
So we're probably going to watch it tomorrow. Allison, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
You need to watch it. But basically, if I want to give you a quick summary. So, The Quiet Place is exactly what it sounds like. There's aliens that like invade Earth, and if they hear any form of sound, they will come and they will kill you instantly. So it follows the actor John Krasinski and I think it's his wife or girlfriend or something, unless they just have no correlation at all. Emily Blunt. I don't remember their characters' names. You know John Krasinski is, right? He's Jim from The Office.
Mhm, yeah.
But he has a nice, sexy beard now. But they follow that. Basically, at the beginning, they have a little boy, and if I remember it correctly, they were going to get supplies.
Oh, I seen the trailer for it.
Yeah, he wanted a toy that made noise. So the dad said no quietly, or made the shh noise because I can't make noise.
They
And
use sign
then-
language.
Yeah, and then one of the daughters gave him the toy but took the batteries out. But the little boy went and got the batteries back because he still isn't old enough to comprehend that the aliens. So they're walking back to the base. This is at like the beginning of the movie, and they hear the noise of the spaceship, and the aliens come in and kill the kid.
Nice.
So basically, the entire movie is for the rest of them is them living and stuff. Some
Yeah.
old people die because his wife died and he couldn't handle it anymore, so he screamed. Then at the end of the movie, they make a lot of noise, and then the aliens start coming.
It's because the mom was having a baby.
The mom was having a baby.
They were
John Krasinski
distracted.
ends up dying because he sacrifices so the kids can live. And then it figures out that the frequencies in the girls' hearing aids can hurt the aliens' ears. And then the second movie is supposed to show a little bit of how the aliens got here, and then
So it's kind of like a flashback.
Kinda like a
to what
prequel.
happened.
it's not a
A
flashback
prequel.
because that's what the beginning is going to focus on a little bit, but the whole rest of the movie doesn't really have John Krasinski in it because it's afterwards. They're trying to go find the rest of civilization, and in the trailer it says that there's one dude says that there's no people left in the world worth saving because
Hello?
Oh my gosh. I gotta go say bye to kids. I'll be
Okay.
back.
So I can keep talking about this.
Keep
So
talking.
the second plot is supposed to just be about them finding other civilization and all garbage like that. So we're gonna try to go see it as a friend group, correct?
You know what? I don't understand. Why would you have a kid when you know that's gonna be painful? It's gonna make you go, ah! And then the aliens are gonna hear you and kill you.
Because they probably wanted to make it feel like in my personal perspective, they either wanted to repopulate even during the crisis, or they wanted to feel like their lives weren't different. Like the aliens didn't control them. That's what I personally feel. Because giving up a bunch of things probably is hard to do.
That's
so
true.
I
I'm
feel like
back.
they had the baby. Shut up. I feel like they had the baby, so life felt like it still went on because they've adapted to the new life, and that's their new life. But they still want to live their actual human lives. They don't want to be a slave to the rules of the aliens. And
Figured it'd be done by now.
no, we were talking, and then basically we all want to go see this friend group, and that'll be fun. But Allyson needs to watch it first.
Who needs to watch a movie?
You do.
First.
You do, idiot. You do. Because
What
you
about
won't
Parker, huh?
Parker, we're watching it tomorrow. If you really want, I'll give you my voodoo password, and you can watch it in your spare time.
You know I won't do that.
I'll force you.
Try me.
Oh, you really want to try me?
Do it. Square up. You won't. All right.
All right, what's the third one, Aiden?
The third one? What's the third one? I want creme brulee. Oh, I want creme. This me and Allyson were talking about that last night.
Oh wait, which one?
Creme brulee.
Oh yeah.
Because I said creme brulee, and I was like, I don't even remember what creme brulee is. And then we were going to talk about how we wanted creme brulee.
Then I started talking about creme brulee.
What even is
and how
creme
good
brulee?
it is. So it's kind of like this fluffy textured cream. I don't know what to describe it as compared to another food, but it's really good. And it's kind of like a custard kind of, and then there's sugar over top of it that's caramelized.
That's a snap bracelet.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I started fidgeting. Basically, creme brulee is something we all want to try. That's not really a good topic to talk about.
I've tried it. It's good. I put it on there because I was really tired.
Yeah, I know.
And I was joking
That
around.
was bad on your part. Speaking of Quiet Place, horror movies, God, I love horror movies so much. What did I do the other day? Me and Parker went to go see The Turning.
How was that?
Oh, it was so bad. I'm pretty sure it has an F+ on Rotten Tomatoes.
Failing class.
Because of the ending. Everyone agrees the entire movie has great cinematography.
Don't spoil it.
I won't. It has great cinematography. It has great effects. There's a point where you can see a doll in the background. Sometimes you'll see a shadow following the girl's shadow, but there's no one there. It's such great cinematography. But the ending, I'm going to spoil the ending a little bit. So basically in the ending...
Alright, skip ahead 2 minutes and explain it quickly.
So basically, in the ending, she gets a drawing from her mother, and then she looks at them, and then the story goes on. You think she just glossed over it because they were black and they were nothing. So basically, in the end, one of the ghosts, Quint, shows that the other nanny or whatever was killed by Quint in a abusive, non-consensual relationship where she didn't want to be with Quint, and he was forcing stuff on her, and then he choked her to death. And then the rest of the movie, the ending was supposed to be her getting what's the kid's name? Miles, and I forgot the other girl's name, out of the house. And then they drive out. You think they escaped. You think they escaped, but it flashes back to the drawings. And the little other lady says she's insane because she died also. And then it flips to her trying to get them out of the house again. And then she tries to fight them and she breaks the girl's doll. And then I don't remember what happens next, but I'm pretty sure it flashes to her mom in the mental asylum.
So it's
And then
just
her
a bunch
mom-
of
Yeah, her
flashing
mom
back
says
and forth.
something. Her mom says something and turns around. And then she screams. And you don't get to see what she was screaming at. So everyone thinks that she saw her own face. And it was like a sign that she actually went insane because of the big house and all that. She actually went nuts. And now she's in the insane hospital that her mom said. That's what the theory is. But it was such a badly constructed ending that
Yeah.
everyone's angry. It's such a good movie. Even the soundtrack is good rock. Like, hold on. I'll play.
Don't copyright.
I do not care.
I care. We're not.
I'll play 10 seconds of it. Just keep talking.
Blah 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 blah
No,
blah
Do
no,
not
no,
blah
no,
blah
no,
blah.
no.
Do not blah blah
It
blah.
sounds like a good movie, but it sounds kind of.
Don't
my
listen to
favorite.
that. That's an ad for Audible.
Sponsor.
Have you ever been a nanny?
This is my first live-in job.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing. The children are very special, Kate. They're thoroughbreds.
Geez, your friends must love it here.
I have no friends.
That was 10 seconds.
I
That
don't
was
care.
not.
But you have to admit, that's good.
Yeah, I know.
Creepy, eerie,
I've watched that several
little
times. I
distance
love
of
Finn
rocky
Wolfhard.
face.
He's a great actor.
Oh, yeah,
I love
Finn-
his movies.
Finn Wolfhard was great
They're
in that.
great. I want to see the new Ghostbusters remake.
Oh, no, I do not.
I've
It comes
noticed
out-
that.
I don't think
The
it's going to be.
the new Ghostbusters movie comes out the same day as Purge 5. So I'm going to go see Purge 5 like a normal human being and not go see them ripping off. Do you want watch one series that's milked about ghosts or one series that's about murder?
Well, I didn't know Purge 5 was coming
Purge
out.
5's coming out. Yeah, it's supposed to be the end of Purge, but Flynn Wolfhard is great. He did great at Miles. Like there was at some point where they're driving out of the gate to go to
All
town.
right, spoiler.
I don't care.
Another minute.
No one's gonna see it because it's getting bad ratings and no one goes to watch movies just because they're bad in the theater. So once it comes out in disc, no one will care. But they're driving out of town and the girl doesn't want to go because their parents, the reason they have a nanny is because they died right outside the gate in a car accident. So they're driving at the gate and the girl starts crying that she doesn't want to die. So he makes her stop the car and then he says, "Stop or I'll kill you," in such a good voice. And then she goes to open the door and he slams it on her and says, "I know what you're afraid of." And it's really,
Oh, I remember that clip.
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, but the ending is what sales it. What sales it is horrible. Me and Park went to go see it. She agrees it's like one of the best movies she ever had watched. Best horror movies.
I've noticed that horror movies have gotten really popular recently.
Yeah.
They have.
Sudden increase.
I personally think it's because of Dead Meat. Dead Meat is a YouTube channel that started 2 years ago.
I
And
don't
it's
know, I
been
haven't
blowing up
seen
this
it.
year. And basically,
Let me look
he
it
does.
up.
His name is James. I forgot his last name. It's Dead Meat James is what people call him. He does kill counts on horror movies. That's why I feel like it's blowing up. But I've loved horror movies since I was a little small one. My parents wouldn't let me watch them, but I'd watch them with friends.
It looks like he just does
Yeah, he does
Like,
kill counts.
yeah.
Oh, that's Cabin. I love Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods
Haven't
is
seen it.
so good. I'm not gonna spoil that one. Cabin in the Woods is so good. But honestly, horror movies are great. Like, didn't we all go see It Chapter 2?
Yeah, we did all go see it chapter 2.
We did.
Makayla, why are you playing with rocks?
I don't know.
It Chapter 2 was a good movie. Everyone's hating on it, but
It was
like these rocks.
nice.
oh lord.
Nice.
Like that rock ASMR.
Can you give me the rocks? I'll put them with my
Yeah,
other
so-
ones.
The Turning was a great movie. I think we're getting off topic, but I don't care.
A little bit.
I'm
but
just
doesn't
talking.
matter
Yeah.
anymore.
Honestly, horror movies are like the best genre. In my
It Chapter
opinion.
2 was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I just had to look away at the needle parts. Like, I hate needles. I'm fine with knives, guns, everything under the sun. I can watch someone get shot. I can watch someone get split in half. Just can't do needles.
Oh, I can't.
I
I,
don't
I
either.
can't.
I can't do long bloody like.
I
Remember,
can.
Remember in It Chapter 1 when they were carving into his stomach?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was something I
I can do that stuff. I just
I can
cannot do
handle
needles.
it. Just if like when I'm watching a movie park or something, I'll squeeze her arm,
Oh God.
or I'll squeeze her hand, or I'll just do this.
Oh,
Break
God.
her spine.
Jeez.
Basically, yeah. Because it's just gruesome. I like getting
You
scared.
displayed all of that on me.
I like getting scared.
Yeah, me too. But I've been having trouble breathing lately. I like
Yeah.
to breathe.
It's so fun to watch a movie and get scared and I'll be like, okay, that was cool. That was a cool action scene.
It
Okay.
was.
It's cool to actually horror movies are one of the best moves of getting a reaction out. That and sad movies, but all the sad movies are sucky girl teen dramas.
A Dog's Life.
Oh, I didn't even watch A Dog's.
Me neither.
Did I?
Like what was
I knew there was going
like-
to be a bunch of dogs dying.
Like I
can't
know
handle
me
that.
and Pierce went with my sister and a bunch of her friends to see Everything a while ago about a girl who's allergic to everything. But
I
so her
forget
mom
you,
keeps her in
yeah.
the house. But the twist in the end is that she's not actually allergic to everything, and her mom's just trying to keep her safe. And her mom didn't even let her outside the house. They snuck off
My
to
God.
Hawaii. She jumped off a cliff, and then she had like she went to get sent to the hospital, and she was like, "Oh my!" They were thinking it was the allergic thing, but reality, the doctors told her she wasn't allergic to anything. It was just reaction to like all the thrill and like or something like that. And then she got
Just
so
new
angry at her
experiences
mom.
because she hasn't been exposed to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just stupid teen drama.
Yeah.
Well, horror movies are really good at either they're really cool, like Cabin in the Woods, where they you see all the like Cabin in the Woods is about they go to a cabin obviously in the woods. I don't remember why, but they do these government do a test on them. They keep them force fielded in, and they send in monsters to kill them for some sacrifice thing. I don't think it's the government. I think I just am trying to remember the plot because I haven't watched. It's a 2012 movie, so I haven't watched it forever. Some dudes send them in so they can get blood for a sacrifice or something to summon a god, and in the end, like they don't get the blood, but they send in whatever monsters they want, and and then in the end they figure it out because that the zombie wherever they send after were them, so they sneak back and they see in the facility and release every single monster on the people in the facility. And in the end, they help get the blood sacrifice. So the ending is just this giant god destroying the earth.
Can we label this episode spoilers?
Sure. Horror movie spoilers ahead. But something like that isn't scary. It's awesome.
I ended up
But it
watching.
also can be scary.
Yeah.
Or like It Chapter 2, where it's scary, and then that last scene with the giant spider monster was freaking awesome.
Yeah. Like it can either be really boring, really scary and good, or just middle, just straight up crap.
Yeah. And even crappy horror movies are good to laugh at.
Yeah.
Like,
Like the banana splits.
Oh, I like the Banana Splits. Because even though it had no plot, it had no motive, and the only really motive was to make a FNAF movie. Like,
Yeah,
make a
because-
FNAF because
Scott's like, no, I don't want Warner Brothers to make it.
Yeah,
And they're
so
like,
the-
oh
so
my god,
yeah.
fine, I need you anyway.
so because Blumhouse is making it
Yeah,
now, and Blumhouse is a great. They're making a movie that comes out February 26th called The Invisible Man. Want to see it so badly. Anyways, off topic. I found that movie good because of how gruesome it was, and that's the great thing about horror movies. It's so many different genres inside one genre. You have gruesome movies, scary movies, thriller movies, basically, or you can mix them all into one pot. There's so much you can do with horror movies. It's amazing.
I don't know what it was about like the remake of Pet Sematary, but for some reason my anxiety just ticked at that movie.
Oh, I saw that. I love that movie.
It
Speaking
was a
of
good
remakes,
movie.
I don't get why people are so upset about remakes.
I mean, there's certain remakes that are horrible, like
Yeah,
the live
there's,
action
like-
Disney remakes.
Well, that's
Yeah,
different.
that
For
too,
horror
but
movie
this is
remakes, like
different.
it's taking like Friday the 13th. It took a new spin on the original one and made it better and better graphics. Like there's literally nothing to get mad about it. It's like its own movie basically. There's nothing to get mad at. It's taking something that looked bad in the old days and making it look more modern.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
It's not like Lion
It's-
King where they make it look kind of live action.
there's no expression. in
All
that
they
movie.
change is live action. It's the same story. Like Friday the 13th 1 was about, I'm pretty sure it was Jason's mom is what it was about, not Jason. And then Friday
Yeah.
the 13th the remake, it was about Jason, but it was so much more gruesome and didn't go to his old style. Like I'm pretty sure he hung a girl in a sleeping bag and just let her burn under the campfire.
Oh, Let's
And then the new-
CAMPFIRESONG song.
And then the Nightmare on Elm Street remake with more.
COPYRIGHT.
You just interrupted me.
I
How
had
dare
to
you?
make a joke.
How dare you? Anyways, the Nightmare on the Elm Street remake in 2010 went more into Freddy Krueger's pedophilia and more into his actually dirty story. Yeah, because in the original, he's a pedophile. That's the thing. He was a pedophile at a preschool, and then a bunch of parents got angry and they burned down his house. So now he goes after the teen versions of those children that he preyed on.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember the story correctly, because my brain's going 10,000 miles an hour.
I ended up watching I was at Eve's house last year for like whole weekend, and one of the movies we ended up watching was Texas Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that one's a really good one. I like that one.
Those
But
remakes.
it was super gruesome.
Yeah, those remakes I still don't know how to feel about, because there's the remakes that pick a new story on it, even they rename the family too much in movies. That's everyone's problem with it. They rename the family. They go from the Slaughter family to so many different families.
Mhm.
And then that series is a mess. There's so many different branching, so it just doesn't make any sense. But it's so gruesome. You're correct. Like, did you watch the 2007 one
I don't
with
remember which one it was.
like Sheriff Hoyt?
Yeah, it was the
that
one
was
with the sheriff.
that was
That
the
was-
2007 one.
That one was the one I really liked.
That was the one that made me squeeze into my chair.
I can
time
handle
watched
that stuff. That was a good movie. I like that one.
Yeah. Those, for example, Child's Play remake 2019, a new take on the story. Instead of it being like in the first Child's Play, where it was Charles Lee Ray getting shot in a store and possessed the doll because he's a criminal, it was some angry Vietnamese dude that got fired because of the factories, and he took all the safety locks off of the Buddy doll that made him become murderous, and he learned. That one was good. That one was good.
There was
it was
another
a
one.
whole new take, but people hated it because it was different.
Not even remakes, just like other movies can.
Like sequels.
Yeah.
Sequels ruin something. Texas Chainsaw 2 is the best Texas Chainsaw movie, though. That's one of the best ones. And a lot of people think Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is better than Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
I remember watching it at my grandma's house.
I still think Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is better than Nightmare on Elm Street 1. And then I think Texas Chainsaw 2 better than Texas Chainsaw 1. I like It Chapter 2 more than It Chapter 1 because of that giant awesome spider scene. Sometimes the sequels are a good thing.
Yeah, I
I'm also,
remember.
really into paranormal things. There was this one movie that we watched about some kind of sleep demon.
Mhm.
I forgot the name of it, but it was really cool. I ended up liking that movie.
Anyway, I remembered seeing the original spider scene on the original It, and then I saw the one from It too. Yeah, the second one is way better. It was kind of like a spider, and then it had
the clown top hat.
Yeah, that was clever.
That was clever, yeah.
Mhm.
The
The
only,
other-
the
the
only
other
part
one
I
was
hated about it was the ending when he become baby.
I just kind of
His head deflated, yeah.
his head deflated. And just
I can't think of any
Just went-
I can't think of any other remakes to complain about that are good that people say are bad. I'm trying to think. Is there any other remakes that I can think?
right now.
The Pet Cemetery remake's good.
It is good. But
It's
that was
good.
The thing is, it just
I-
drove my anxiety.
I
off
own
cliff
the
for,
first
no
one.
reason.
I own the first one. I know.
watched
I've
the
seen
first
the
one.
first one. I have it on DVD if you ever want to watch it. I have that movie. The new one is good. It's god dang good, but everyone's complaining because it's new and it took a little bit of a new take on the story, but it's not the original, so they're gonna be babies about it.
Exactly.
Because it's not a shot-for-shot remake of the original. Like, it was a new concept. Calm down. They don't have to make the same movie over. It's like Nintendo.
not the
It's like everyone getting mad at the Nintendo Switch because they're not doing a virtual console like the Wii U. Like, how many times do they want us to buy the same games over and over again?
Exactly.
This time they're
It's
not
the
making
same.
us buy Zelda's Majora's Mask for the 5th time. Okay, so the timer's
jeez.
going down. So basically, Makayla, if you don't understand, the timer right there is red. So we're going to stop the recording, record again. We'll add it as a segment. They think, like, for us, it's going to take a little bit of pause. For them, it's just going to go straight to the next episode. Not episode, segment. Yeah, so, but I mean, so anyways, yeah. Horror movie remakes, good. Everyone cries about it, and it sucks. I think we talked about horror movies for too long. But
yes, like 20.
Let's talk about Allison's cats. God, how many cats do you have?
I have
That I've seen. That
9. I have 9
she's
again.
9 cats. They're all so
81 lives.
they're all so adorable. I go up to them and pet them. They look at me and then they nuzzle their head against my hand. They're all so
Yeah.
adorable.
last year we had a family of 5 show up after we were down to 2 cats after all of ours died from old age, pretty much. Thank you for that. And so, yeah, now we have 5, and we had a pack of orange ones show up. 2 of them ended up going somewhere, and we have the one. And
Wait,
now
you
my
just
dad
let
has a
stray-
garage cat.
You just let stray cats in?
No. We don't. When I mean letting them in, I mean like we take care of them. Like we kept them out in the garage for a while, and after a couple of weeks, we took them to the vet
So
so
you
they can get.
So you take care of random stray cats?
Well, we feed the ones outside sometimes.
No, I'm like, so like stray cats that you don't know if they just show up and you take care of them.
Yeah, but we're not doing that currently anymore
Yeah, but
because we're back up
I
to
was gonna
9.
say that. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice of you to do.
What me and my dad would do when, like, long time ago, snowstorms were terrible. And so we'd have like 3 feet of snow, and me and dad would go out in the backyard looking for like cats that were frozen in and stuff. So we'd like bury them for them and stuff.
Aiden's just been like holding my throat in a
Yeah, he's been like looking like he's about to murder Makayla. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I knocked over her cane and it hit the mic, so that was epic.
You guys okay?
Oh my god! You could have screwed up so many things. Give me Carl. No, you're not allowed to have Carl.
What were you talking about again? Cats?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
short. There we go. There's another
Michaela has a
topic.
cat. I like Michaela's cat.
My cat's mean. He's
Yeah.
old.
He
Yeah,
likes
he's
me. Mouse chill.
We technically had a cat at some point.
Technically?
There was a cat that would come to my house during the winter. We never took care of it, gave it food or anything, but my dad would open the garage so it could sleep in there. It was
Cute.
my dad. I still think it's a ghost because we have a lot of paranormal activity at our house.
I can tell the energy at your house is just woo. It's a little weird.
Spooky.
We have a lot of paranormal activity at the house. Like
There was one corner of your house that was just straight up cold. I'm like, ooh, that's great.
yeah,
That's a nice
I've heard bumps in the night. I've heard footsteps come into my room. I open the door. There's no one. At 3 a.m., my sister's closet was super sturdy beforehand. You could shake that thing and it wouldn't fall. We're in at 3 a.m. Big crash. I searched the house with a dagger because no one was home. I think my parents were out of town. Unless they were, I just searched anyways. And then we figured out in the morning that my sister's closet fell.
Ooh, 3 a.m.
Okay.
Oh my lord!
I've
you suck.
Ran into so many paranormal activities.
Yeah.
Like it's out of the blue.
I've
I would
had
be
lights-
left alone as
yeah.
a kid. Whoop.
We've seen shadows of people walk towards us. Me and my sister and my friend hid in a
I
closet.
want to
in
stay at
6th
your
grade.
house so bad. So bad. I want to experience these things. I love paranormal things.
Oh,
Me
so
and-
do I.
I've
I
never
love it.
experienced
I've
paranormal
heard.
things.
I've seen rocks fly in my window. They don't shatter anything. They've hit the glass. They don't shatter anything. I look up there. There's nobody.
Exactly. See, you understand.
Yeah, lights have turned off on me. I've seen shadows. I've heard people. I've heard
Me
voices.
too.
I'll be sitting there playing video games with the headset on to you, and I'll hear a random voice, and I'll set it down. I'll look around. There's nobody, and then I'll feel a chill down my spine.
Mhm.
My grandma experiences paranormal activity. She lives in her mom's house. She swears that the light in her old mom's room will turn on sometimes. Sometimes you'll see a little imprint on the bed like her mom's sitting
Yeah.
there, and sometimes you'll hear her walking around the hallways.
I remember.
I just hear
seeing-
things that want to kill me.
Yeah, those are the fun ones. I'm being crucially sarcastic. I have this salt rock up there.
Yeah.
Stays plugged in most of the time until it starts freaking me out. Same thing with that lamp. It has a sensor on the front of it where when you touch it, it turns on. Like I'll show you right now.
Yeah, because
Like,
everyone else can see
Yeah,
it.
you can tap it, and it'll turn on. And like so,
Yeah, everyone
I'll
can
be
see
s-
that. Totally. This
yeah,
isn't an
but I was
audio
showing you
podcast
guys.
or anything.
I'm showing you guys though. So I'll just be doing my homework sometimes, and it'll turn on, and I'll turn it back off. Right when I sit down, it turns back on, and I'll do it
Jesus.
3 times. Just unplug it and threw it in the closet one day. I was sick of it. And then the salt rock, a lamp I have up there, sometimes it does the same exact thing. When I lay down, it just starts flickering.
So my grandfather got a new number. This isn't paranormal activity, but it made my sister freak out because of paranormal activity, because it happens in our house all the time. He got a new phone number, and he's incompetent with his phone. So he called her and left a 2-minute voice message of that horror movie breathing.
Yeah, phones can be messed up with that
Yeah.
stuff.
And she had a heart attack. Excuse me, I'm trying to lay down.
Yeah, on my leg.
I do not care. But we thought something paranormal was going on, but that actually had an explanation. None of this has explanation. I've heard creaks, I've heard screeches, I've heard so much
Me
bull
too.
crap.
You-
I'm in my old sister's room, and I was supposed to get the room. You know the room she's in.
Yeah.
My parents wanted to put her, put me in that room and keep her in that room, and she moved into that room because she was done. There's so much paranormal activity in my room alone that she couldn't handle it anymore, and I don't care because it's cool. I find it cool because I'm a horror movie guy.
Me too.
Maybe that's because it doesn't happen to me. Is I don't get aggressive things. Maybe it's because I watch horror movies and they understand that I'm not scared. Like I watch.
that can be taken in two different ways for like some kind of spirit that's following.
Yeah,
It can either be they realize they're dead, they get really angry, and they screw with you so much, and they will cause you hell, or they're like just chill, don't care, hang out.
I've seen
like-
I've seen hallucinations before. Like there was one day I was so tired and I watched The Last Shift, a 2014 horror movie. It's about a sheriff deputy that goes into the sheriff station. It's the last day of the sheriff station. They're moving it into a different thing, and there's like I think it's the Pagan family. They were a cult that kidnapped girls and murdered them like horribly, and they were taken to the police station and they were found hung.
Oh.
So they possess it, and there's an image where she sees a little she sees a hallucination of them all hanging in their cell with bloody bags over their head that have a pentagram on it, and I saw on God, I saw that outside my deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw 3 bodies down on my deck.
I am just sitting here. I've never
Nice.
had that kind of experience.
Your housemate, either you don't watch horror movies at 3 a.m. and don't hallucinate, or you don't have paranormal activity.
Yeah, your house is like chill.
Yeah, your
You,
house.
you have good vibes.
My sister literally
I have good Christian vibes.
she's one of those people now. She got into crystals and sage crystals and
I've been.
tarot carding read things.
I'm.
She literally came in my room and was burning. I have a video on Snapchat of her coming in my room out of nowhere and burning sage.
I don't blame her. She's experienced things in that room. Like the day my grandmother died, before I went downstairs and like was told they died, you go get water. He'll be back. I seen my great grandma on the staircase and she waved at me and it scared the literal heck out of me. Why is Bailey cackling outside my door? What is she? I can't see it.
A picture of a dude shirtless.
What are you doing?
know Mr. Clark?
This is out of context.
No, we are not. Bailey looked up Mr. Clark, which is a book about 101 things about school or something that we read in 7th grade. She has a picture of she looked at Mr. Clark, and he's shirtless. And she's wearing a Bob Ross shirt right now. She had pigtails in this one. I'm just on the cliff with her right now.
This is very out of context.
I
I'm
know.
like
It is so out of
I'm
context.
so like mentally fatigued right now. This is probably why I haven't said anything yet. I've been just staring off and venturing to another world in my head.
But yeah, I love scary things. I love ghosts. Like, once the lights start... Unlock the door for him.
Jiminy frick, it's Aiden. Call me frick.
Aiden, calm down before you break my door.
No. I'm back.
Welcome back. Like, we went to Elizabeth's house for Girl
Let me
Scouts.
steal your water.
Alright.
Stupid
I
idiot.
have a water bottle if you want.
Mhm.
And so there was this creepy part of the front building that it would burn down, but then it was rebuilt. It used to be a bar back in the day, and like kind of like a hotel for people that would ride the train, and they would stay there, and then they would keep riding somewhere wherever they needed to be, like Detroit or something. And so we went upstairs, like, and it's closed off too, but we were allowed to if we really wanted to. And we walk up there. The doors are closing. There's no windows. No windows, no breeze. Straight freezing cold on the second floor for no reason. And then there was like something on the third floor. It scared the heck out of us. Like, that was like the only thing that actually freaked me out. And I darted down the stairs.
You know what Paranormal Activity reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie that's coming out in 2020 called Antlers. It looks spooky.
Okay, here we go with the horror movie conversation.
It's just the
We're back.
trailer
We're
is
back.
like a kid feeding something, and there's some deer monster or something that lives in this house.
Whoops. As soon as you said deer monster, I just like imagined a deer, like a very buff, like beefy deer standing on its
Yeah.
back legs.
And Conjuring 3 comes out this year too. It's do you know the case of The Devil Made Me Do It?
No.
The Devil Made Me Do It, if I'm correct, is here, I'm gonna just keep talking and then I'll bring it.
So
Talk
there's
about
this
something.
book that I've decided to start reading, and it's called Spirit Hunters by Ellen O. And it's such a good book.
Hold on,
like
I'm gonna
it
interrupt.
really hits home.
Do you
for
mind
me.
if I interrupt real quick?
Carry on.
Speaking of paranormal activity, back when I used to live in Flint, and
Of Oregon?
of Michigan, idiot.
Okay. I'm joking.
But basically, my friend Hannah would tell me that there was this house that was burnt down multiple times, and I drove past on my bike. It was like, that's a lie. And she said it was paranormal. It always rebuild itself. And yet one time I saw a fire truck blast down that road, and the next day the house was completely fine.
Huh.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm gonna try to find out, see if I'm just gonna look up the original story.
But yeah,
of the
this
Devil Made Me
book like really hit home for me because of the amount of paranormal stuff that happens in it. Like it doesn't talk about like spirit hunters and trying to make sure her brother like try to unpossess the brother in this book, like till the 19th chapter, which is more than halfway through the book, and it's such a good book already.
You
Well,
can't
keep
find
talking.
time.
Keep talking, guys.
Anyway, the other conversation we had was I'm short.
Yeah, Makayla's really short.
Makayla's short.
I'm 5'1".
Your mom at your birthday party, your mom commented that, like, I heard her talk to her friend. She goes, "Her friends look so older than her."
Yeah, that was my cousin that said that.
I didn't know what she
Okay,
was
I'm gonna
as
read
tall
off
as
this
my
article.
mom.
Oh my god. In 1981, the clean-cut town of Brookfield, Connecticut was celebrating its 193rd year without a homicide when the street came to an abrupt end. It was a quiet evening in February when Arn Cheyenne Johnson plunged a 5-inch pocket knife into Alan Bono's chest repeatedly. He died an hour later. Johnson was picked up 2 miles from the scene by the police. Months after he stood in the dock and pled not guilty, saying the devil made him do it. His trial earned notoriety as the Devil Made Me Do It case, the first known court case in the USA in which the defense sought to prove innocence based on the claim the defendant was possessed. Attorney Martin Manella claimed Johnson was possessed and he had the evidence to prove it. The courts have dealt with the existence of God. Now they're going to have to deal with the existence of the devil, said the New York Times in 1981 after the stabbing. They claimed to... I skipped. It wasn't strange enough. The defense team argued it all started with Johnson's fiance's brother, 11-year-old David Gatzel. They claimed he had been cured of demonic possession only for the demon to jump into Johnson. Now the case is back into the spotlight after James Wan hinted that the next Ed and Elaine Warren case to make it to the big screen would be Conjuring 3.
Wow.
And now they're going to take that. There's more into it, but it's so...
There's so much to read.
so much to read. It's such an interesting case. All the Conjuring things take the extreme into one case. Like Conjuring 1 was about Bathsheba the witch. Have you guys seen any Conjuring movies at all?
No.
Oh my lord, you guys suck. But Conjuring 1's about Bathsheba the witch.
All right, we're not gonna waste the rest of our
Hold
time
on.
with.
Let me explain
We've
Conjuring
gone
1.
40 minutes with horse.
Shut up. So in Conjuring 1, Bathsheba the witch kills her child and kills herself and swears her loyalty to the devil because she hangs herself in a tree. She adds a possession of land that any people who steal her land, basically move in her house, will mess with them, possess the mother, and have the mother kill her kids.
All right, what's our next?
And then
what's our next
Conjuring,
topic?
hold
Oh
on.
my God.
Conjuring 2 is about the Amityville horror. Boom.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about next, Michaela? What do you want to talk about?
Should we
I don't know
just,
what's
should we
on
just
the
keep it with the spooky stuff?
Yeah, why don't we keep it with one?
Because we've already gone literally almost 40, 50 minutes of just straight possessing spirits and all that jazz.
Well, what else do we have?
Literally nothing.
What we've done. Like,
I stole a lot of Allison's gummy bears.
I have a big bag of gummy bears, and I've
Not
had it
anymore.
since Thanksgiving break. And he's eaten. I already ate half the bag.
I'm already getting nauseous.
my-
Just
I didn't know you ate that much.
I'm already getting nauseous looking at
There's
it.
only a handful left.
I can't handle
I
gummy
snack
bears
on those.
sometimes.
I don't eat.
Want some?
No.
I don't eat. That's what Allyson said. I don't eat. I made an entire compilation of Pierce doing a bunch of his shenanigans. It was
Oh my
11
God.
minutes long.
Pierce,
God.
Pierce and his bits.
Pierce and his bits.
George Lopez, I mean. I'm sorry. I meant George Lopez.
Pierce and his bits. Pierce and his tits. He's really nice, voluptuous tits.
Is that the balloon things you're talking about?
Yes, I have a video of
At
that.
Makayla's birthday party, before everybody got there, there's a video of Aiden and Pierce with really big balloons in their shirts running around trying to pop each other's. And they kept saying how each other's was bigger, and it was it was funny. All right, is this a gummy bear war? I'm eating this one.
Okay.
Equal flavor.
I think we should just keep on with the spooky vibes.
You put a goose thing on my computer.
Let's talk about
Goose.
that real quick. If you haven't seen, I don't remember his last name, so I'm just gonna say a guy named Sam made a desktop goose based off of the Entitled Goose game, where the goose goes on your desktop. He'll bring images, he'll bring notes, and he'll steal your mouse and track mud.
He'll
And
bring memes.
He's a jerk, and I installed it on Allison's computer and crashed it.
He kept spawning in more and more ducks.
It was
I
17
also
gooses.
have a video.
And
of
then
this.
they all went off the screen. He's like, "Oh no, they're gonna start either bringing in mud or they're gonna bring in other things." And it was already lagging.
They brought in seven to eight.
It was
memes.
more than that because every time you closed it, more just kept
And
coming.
then when you close out one of their memes that they bring, they instantly go for your mouse. So we were closing them all, and then they all chased the mouse. And it was
it was like
chaotic.
watching a mob massacre this little tiny triangle. All hell broke loose, and then my computer crashed.
I just thought of another paranormal activity thing.
What? Goose?
No, so me, my sister, and her friend Destiny were home alone, and I walked downstairs and saw a figure and was like, it's okay. And then my sister walked down the stairs and screamed, and she was like, Aiden. She's like, is someone in the house? I was like, I don't know. I saw a figure earlier. She's like, why did you freaking say something? And then she like, we all hid in the closet for like,
Oh my god,
10
you
minutes.
idiots! That is.
and it was funny. We have the paranormal activity, but they don't constantly come after us. They mess with us for a little bit and then they leave and then they'll come back later.
I had one.
We don't have the paranormal activity where they'll constantly like chase you through the house for a little while. We don't have that.
I had one that was really violent one time.
Or I
got
have
really
violent
annoyed.
ones,
I had violent ones,
but they don't like horror movies straight up where they mess with me the entire night. They'll just do big things where they'll spook me out so I'm scared the entire night. Like that one time that they were throwing rocks at my window and there was no one there, and then I heard footsteps in the house 10 minutes later, and then I heard footsteps all the way to my door, and then I heard a little creak of my doorknob, and I was like, nope, grab the gun immediately.
Yep. I've heard everybody will be asleep. My door handle would just be twitching, and it'll scare the crap out of me. Like there's little tingling, and then it'll come to the inside of the door, and like my suitcase will move. It scares me.
Aiden just force fed a gummy bear in my mouth. I'm just like, okay.
Bear man.
I want to add context to the George Lopez bit.
Do it.
You two can tell the story.
Did we already talk
All right,
about that?
yeah,
No,
I need to
on the
talk a
other
bit more.
We did on the other cast, but
Yeah.
She can
So-
bring it up again.
So Pierce wore this like pink Hawaiian shirt, and everyone was calling him George Lopez because he looked like George Lopez. So at lunch, he kind of, I swear to throw one more gummy bear.
Oh my god!
It landed on the floor. It's fine. Continue
He
with
threw
your-
a gummy bear that almost flew into my wax lamp.
Anyway, he kind
Go
of
pick him
he
up.
kind of broke at lunch. Like,
Yeah,
hold on, I'm gonna get
eat
my
it.
phone.
Eat the wax. I dare you. He's dipping a gummy bear in some nice natural coconut wax. Eat it. Let it cool.
No.
Eat it. It's natural. It'll be okay. There's no chemicals.
I got my
How
phone.
warm is it?
I'm gonna bring up the bit because I recorded
Where'd
it.
it go? It's in your blanket,
Oh,
man.
fine.
There's wax in your
right here.
I swear, there's gonna be wax stuck. Don't throw it at my door, you son of a.
You know you love me, Allison. Hurry up with the bit.
I'm trying to find
Oh,
it.
my stomach.
There's so many frames to the one animation I'm making.
Yeah, I can take punches. You can't.
Where's George Lopez? There it is. There it is. Okay. Shut up.
Why?
Shut up, everybody. Shut up. Shut up. All right. Here it comes.
I'm not ticklish. You can do whatever you want.
This isn't a video time. This is a video time. Nobody
Oh,
wants
yes,
to
it is.
Lopez. Nobody in existence would be wake up like, yeah, I want to be George Lopez. No.
Do you want to be George Lopez? And then he squeaked.
I squeezed. I want to be George Lopez. No, I don't want to be George Lopez.
You just nonchalantly gummy bears.
Gummy bear
He dumped
shower.
the 8 gummy bears left on Makayla.
Anyway, he basically said, "No, I don't want to be the low rider. Nobody wants to be George Lopez." And then he like viciously unbuttoned his shirt, like a button popped off, and then he threw it in the trash. And then he poured mangoes and school lunch over it. And then he just zipped up his coat and just went the rest of the day like that.
That night is the night I entirely learned low rider on the trumpet and the harmonica.
Why don't you play it for us?
I don't have it memorized.
Would you guys like a gummy bear?
Do not rub it on
Don't rub it on the mic.
You stupid idiot.
I'll just take.
Don't.
I love Pierce. I love Pierce and all his. But Pierce tries so hard to make us laugh, and it's nice.
It's great.
He tries too hard to make us laugh. I'm gonna
Sometimes.
eat.
Sometimes
Would you,
it's
Well,
casual.
sometimes
would you like the hairy gummy
Sometimes
bear?
there are
Sometimes there's
casualties.
jokes where some of us find it funny and others don't find it funny. Like Wormsworth. Like me, Allyson even agreed she found it funny, and
it was
me
funny, but
and Parker.
messed up at
Everyone
the same
found it
time.
funny, but Makayla.
Because it was my boy.
It was a friggin' word.
It's my son.
And to make Makayla feel better, that night I went home and spent 2 hours making a grave headstone turn into Wormsworth's memory.
Mhm.
No, it's fine. I kind of remade him.
And what did I comment on it? What did I comment
Here,
on,
let me-
Allison?
You
let
said Wordsworth. Who's Wordsworth?
I meant Wormsworth if I said that.
No,
Did you say
I'm
that?
talking about Allison.
Here, I'll say your comment. I'm gonna pull up. Let me get my gummy bear too.
Hurry up.
Right, that
So-
means Dillinger. Dillinger will constantly take my lunchbox for literally
The
anybody's
first
things.
one is he was dumb. LMAO. What a baby dying and stuff. How could he not handle such force? Ha 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 ha. Stupid worm. The next one, an hour later when we were in a call, he goes, "What a pathetic dumb wormy idiot. What a moron. What a suck." Get the mute out. Mute her up.
I'll just choke her to death.
I will make more. I will make an army, and I
And then
will.
Pierce will throw them all up there.
I will make. I will make an army.
Oh my
that
god,
kills-
can we make more and just put them on the ledge? So they're
Oh my
staring
God.
down.
I'm gonna have to get like so many pipe cleaners and so many more.
It
if
would
it's
be like
worth
the
it.
dinosaurs in Mr. Peters' room.
Oh my god.
There's over 160 in there.
Oh,
right now.
I know. Parker tells me updates all the time
It's
about your
great.
little dinosaur war in Mr. Peters. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
That's a good topic to talk about. I'm not in Mr. Peters' class.
Why
so
we
this
have
is,
8 minutes left?
He's such a great guy. I love this class. We can do another bit. It can be over an hour.
yeah, it can be as long as we want it to.
alright.
We just make it an hour. Hours are minimum time.
All right. What do you want?
Because I'm not in Mr. Peters, so I don't know the full situation. So you are in that class.
So the day of
Wait,
the dinosaurs.
hold on. Do you want me to just call up Parker?
You can after I explain what
Hold on.
happened.
Just keep talking. I'll
All
call her
right.
up.
So what happened that in that class that day? Here, put it by your ear so they don't hear it, or do that. That's okay. And so after that, he was freaking out about in the class about the dinosaurs, and
Parker
Miles
ran out
like,
solo and
maybe
ensemble
I
right
know
now?
who it
No,
is,
she's
and he said it so quietly, but he ended up hearing it during notes, and he said, "What was that, Miles?" And so he got this big case, and he said he would write him up if he didn't say. But then he ended up, I think he said Pierce's name.
No, Miles snitched out Parker because I remember because we were yelling in the
Oh
car
yeah, he did
about it.
snitch out
because
because I told Parker about it.
Because sometimes I don't get rides home from my grandma, so I hit drive from them because I'm on the way to their house. So I was just sitting there listening to them argue.
But then I came up and then I mentioned to Parker, "Hey, Miles kind of ratted out on you."
Yeah, I know because I was right next to you. She screamed, "What?"
Yeah, Miles started freaking out after class because I'm like, "I didn't know this was them. Was this?" He's like, "Oh, so this was you too?" Then Mr. Peters looked at me and he seen that I was actually getting angry and he's like, "It's not her. Trust me, it's not Allison." Although I would love to do it. That's
You don't have the talent to fold the dinosaurs.
I do origami. I just don't do dinosaurs.
The only thing you do is nothing but play Minecraft.
I haven't even played Minecraft.
Okay,
today.
Aiden.
What? You don't even play Minecraft because
You
you're
can't
not,
even figure
you
it
don't have
out,
the brain
Makayla.
cells to figure out how to operate
Clearly,
a computer.
You got addicted to it last weekend when
because
you were here.
Bailey.
You need to
'cause of
figure that
Bailey.
out.
You were playing for 15 minutes.
The 2 words I said to make you 2 explode was okay, Aiden.
You need to figure out. You need to figure out how to do that.
Oh my god, the headache came back from trying to teach your dad
Oh
about
my
freaking
God.
Java Edition.
You need to figure
Oh
that
my
out.
god.
Well, like the links are like the same, but the website is different.
It
It's
was really
weird.
funny because at this time it was already 10, 11 o'clock.
My
And
dad
I was
wants to
going
be
to
very
bed.
specific with questions. It's annoying.
I gave you guys stricted like how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you guys mentioned you're using Firefox.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, who uses Firefox? This is the first time I've heard this name in years. Oh
I've been
my
using
God.
Firefox like my entire
What an
life.
ancient thing to have just still living on this earth. It's just water.
At least I'm not using a Mac computer.
Oh my god. I saw a Mac computer in the Lost and Found the other day.
Should've-
I was thinking about taking
Yeah.
it. Which is probably horrible. I was
It
thinking
is.
about taking it. But I didn't.
You're a good guy,
And I'm
though.
a good human
Good
being.
job.
Parker's not answering the phone, but she answered. I've called her a bunch of times and she sent me the text that said, huh? And I'm still calling her.
She ain't gonna answer.
Do you think they're still with everybody else after?
No, because
so-and-so?
Parker has a phone, but she doesn't have data or anything. So she wouldn't be able to text me unless she was home connected to
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
but she could be at somewhere else connected to Wi-Fi.
She's not because Erica, Pierce's mom texted me wanting to know when they'd be home because Pierce left his book bag in the car because he needed to ride to the thing. They should be home by now. She said it would only take till 3 o'clock. It's 5:13.
You said 4 o'clock.
I said they'd be done by 3 o'clock. She'd be home by probably 4 o'clock
All right.
because it's all the way in Bay City.
Yeah.
She's not answering the phone. I'm sorry. This is
Thanks
not the
for
content
being a
you
good
deserve.
member, Parker.
I'm so sorry.
All right, that's gonna be loud.
That's not going to be loud. That's not that loud. We thought we proved multiple times this isn't that loud.
Rip headphone users.
Rip headphone users.
Batman.
Oh my god, you suck so bad. Parker, answer the phone.
Should
Talk
we
about something else
I'm-
while she answers.
No, you talk about something because I've been talking. Makayla, you talk.
Yeah, Makayla, you have
Okay.
I'm blowing up
Well,
your
as
phone
you
now.
as you can see, I'm a nerd. I mean, you can't really see it, but I mean, anyway, I had a really weird dream, and whenever I have dreams, they're very nerdy dreams. Like it'll have fictional characters in it. This one dream that I have recently had, I gave a chalice of pink gumballs to Spinel. You know Spinel from Steven Universe. Yes, I gave a chalice of gumballs to Spinel. And then later in that dream, I lost a tooth.
Wait, what? Don't explain again. But I was blacked out, and then I heard gave her gumballs.
gun.
Yeah, gumballs, and then I lost a tooth. Aim it at me. Aim the
She
Nerf
answered
gun.
and then she hung up.
It wasn't in the same scene, but that's the only 2 things I can remember. And then I just had this other weird dream that I felt like I was okay. Never mind.
Hi, can you do us a favor?
What?
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to explain
To the podcast
To
real
the
quick.
podcast, Mr. Peter's dinosaur thing.
No. You woke me up for this?
Yeah.
Say hi, Parker.
I love you.
I love you too.
Explain the dinosaur thing, please.
And you.
Is that her?
Why don't you have Pierce explain?
Because I don't want to
tired.
call Pierce. I want to call you.
I woke up.
Okay, Parker's
Woke
being
up
all
so
late and
early.
tired.
See, I don't. It's
But
5
Parker,
p.m.
let
It's
her
not
have her-
early.
Just let Parker.
No,
She's
I
been at
refuse.
I woke up at 6:30 this morning.
Wait,
I don't care.
Give me the phone. Give me the
I
phone. Give me the
don't
phone.
care.
I want to hear the news of Solo Ensemble.
What?
What's the news of Solo Ensemble? No, this is my phone now. Aiden. So how'd your Solo
We're
Ensemble
not
go?
doing this on the podcast.
Yes, we are.
We are not doing this
What's
on the
rating?
podcast.
What's the rating?
We got
I got
2.
2.
It's good.
I'm being
That's
raped.
still good.
Rape.
Yeah.
Did they tell you what the bad was? Welcome back to segment 3.
Who says
It
I
ended.
for just saying Pierce didn't answer and calling Parker back?
What?
Why don't we just say Pierce didn't answer and call Parker back? Because Pierce isn't going to answer. And I feel like
And Parker's not gonna explain.
this is a great topic to talk about, though, and none of us know the 100% story because it's funny.
So Sydney and Parker ended up getting really bored that night, and so did Miles, and they just made a bunch of paper dinosaurs. And so what happened was Sydney had the great idea and talked Parker into putting all of the dinosaurs they made into Mr. Peters' room. And then I think either Sydney told everybody else or Parker told everybody that what to do. And I know for a fact she brought them all to school. And more people caught on. And more people made the dinosaurs. And it was just more and more. Or I think we're at like 160 something right now. There's a giant paper one in there. And then someone made one out of the tissue for the tissue box and just set it on the tissue.
I have a big one in my room that she gave me out of a giant poster board.
Is it able to stand?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just very wide. Makayla's given up. She's laying on the ground on her phone.
Oh wait, you're recording?
Yeah, oh my God,
Makayla.
Michaela. I said welcome back to segment 3 before you collapse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm mentally deteriorating.
Aren't we all?
Makayla has
We've
lost
taken-
phone
we've
privileges.
taken phone privileges. Nope, everybody give me your phones.
Hey, no,
And then
What are
okay,
you,
we'll use it for the list.
Are you a generic school teacher?
No, you're just
Give
a
me your phone.
I'm your
stupid
mother.
idiot.
Mother.
Can we talk about how many detentions were handed out at school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Here.
even I got one. Woohoo!
You got one for a stupid reason. They've been handing out detentions for the most stupidest reasons lately. Like, they're just handing them out like nothing now.
Like candy, like coupons.
And I don't know why. Do you know why?
I do not know why.
I think it's
don't.
our vice principal. He's kind of going.
I
ham on
got,
rules.
Yeah, he's going hand. Like, he walked into my Spanish. Like, William never gets a detention, I don't think. I don't see him as a trouble student like that bad. And he walked in and goes, William, come with me. And then he called out Pierce after he came back. But as they're walking out, William goes, is it about the detention? And he goes, yes, shaking his head.
Well, I don't.
And I'm
well,
like,
I talked
what
to
did
Pierce.
he get one for?
Pierce didn't get a detention, but I guess William might have. I don't know. I haven't talked to William. We're kind of related, but kind of not at the same time. But I don't talk to him that much.
He's cool.
He
he was putting a show
grandfather.
on with my cane.
My
Sweet.
grandfather had correlations with his aunt Kathy and my grandpa Sam. So technically, we're kind of cousins, but kind of not.
Cousins by married, ex-married.
I don't know if they were married though. I don't remember. So
Relationship.
yeah, we count it, but we haven't talked in forever. But yeah, he's not that much of a troublesome kid. He's pretty cool. What are we talking about? Yeah, I got a phone violation for following the rules, which is great. So I got argued with my mom and my sister about this, but in the rules, you can be on your phone with teacher consent, but if you're not, it gets taken away. So Mr. Grady, since the clock doesn't really work in the wood shop all the time, since we all have phones, he says to check the time before we leave because there's saws going on. Write down the time on the bathroom sheet. When we're walking in or just walked into the classroom, check the time, which I did 2 feet away from the wood shop. And Mr. Berkmeyer took my phone and gave me detention for a phone violation.
I thought it was the vice principal.
No, Mr. Berkmeyer himself.
Oh, right.
Mr. Berkmeyer himself. Mr. Malzoff gave me the detention. Mr. Berkmeyer took my phone. I went to the office. Mr. Malzoff handed back the phones to everybody and told me I had a detention for tomorrow morning. And then I go to detention, which first off, Mr. Justician was half an hour late to detention. So me and this other dude were just sitting out there waiting. And then Nathan King's brother was waiting to go study for chemistry. And I was talking to Mr. Justician about it, and he said that the detention list went from like 6 to 36 yesterday for stupid violations that most kids shouldn't have gotten. He said I should not have been in that detention room.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
Yeah, they've been getting a little bit picky about the rules.
I have a theory that because the kid that came with me got a violation in Mr. Peters' room. So I think that
I was told a lot of kids were recording their teachers, though.
Yeah, I feel like the more it happens, the more aggressive they're being, and they're just not holding back. Like, usually they'd have some self-decency. Like, I've had full-on conversations with Mr. Brickmeyer, phone in hand in the hallway when I don't have permission. He hasn't took my phone. But I've done that for 2 months. But he decided one day to give me detention. And I didn't even have my phone out. I checked the time, put it back in my pocket. I didn't even have it out when he tried to take it from me. I was walking. He saw me, and I was walking to class. I put it back in my pocket, came it to me. He was like, "I'd like to see that phone, please." I was like, "Why?"
Yeah, and they're
I
so
handed it
quick
to
to
him.
conclusions. It like drives me
Yeah,
crazy.
I
Like,
even explained,
like-
and then he's like, "Who's what teaches that?" I was like, "I'm in the wood shop." He's like, "What teaches that?" I'm like, "Mr. Grady. He gave us permission to use our phones whenever we want in the classroom and to check the time in the hallway."
Yeah, with my case, so I was in biology A, first trimester, third hour, and there was a girl that took my paper to look off of when I said no. And right as the bell rang, she still had my paper. Miss Rogers walked in and said, "I will take those." And she kept telling me it was my fault for letting
Oh
her
my
take it.
God.
You remember that story?
I had to email Mr. Malva
Yeah.
and tell him, no, I saw it. I have eyes.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. Makayla had to back me up so she could be the witness saying everything that happened.
Mhm.
And so a whole case took 2 months. And then parent-teacher conferences, she apparently stood up. She's like 4 foot tall. I tower over her. And she stood up to my 6'2" dad and said, "Over my dead body will that grade be an A in the grade book from a 0."
Oh my God. Really?
And she pulled a whole case about it. She was being dramatic and sassy. And she decided to say, "That's just how life is. That's just how the cookie crumbles,
I don't
Aiden.
like. I
That's
don't like
just how
that.
everything is." I just cannot. I know it's a strong word, but oh my God, I try to be nice.
I like Miss Rogers. She hasn't done anything mean to me.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
gonna take your phone.
Yeah. And so, yeah, after that, she kind of babied me. And she put me in the front of the classroom the next day. Like, after the day the paper was stolen, the whole coincidence. She put me in the front of the classroom, and I had a conversation with Malzoff. And then her parents just decided not to do anything about it because such a troubled kid. Which my parents are mad at her, not her parents, for not answering back to him about the situation. But my dad ended up having a talk with Mr. Malzoff, and it's backed up to an A. Like, she gave us less and less assignments. Like, and my grade was not getting up. Like, she said, "Don't worry, it'll be an A. There'll be enough assignments." Then that night, she didn't assign us anything the next day. She assigned less and less. You noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah. Makayla noticed it. Like, we didn't get as much
She
assignments.
doesn't assign us
And she
anything
was
anymore.
more strict on it. It was so stupid.
No, she's really strict on us. Like, if we turn it, like, the day it's due, if we don't turn it in the second we walk in the classroom before the bell rings, it's late.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
man.
stupid ridiculous. Like, she's getting more and more and more just strict.
I have so many grades that are like a D or a
Because you
C.
forget to turn in the paper?
No, because I turn it in the day it's due, but it's not at the specific time she wants it. Even though she doesn't
Exactly.
say anything about it, I turn it in. It's still late, even though I turned it in the day it was due.
Like with the Spanish teacher, like, she'll say, like, you can have 10 more minutes to work on it because she understands that people have things to do. And that night, like, people are in...
I can shake my hair in the mic if I want to. So
Like, people are in sports, too. So they're going to be doing things, and they don't have time to do it. All right, throw that at me. So she understands that she'll give us 10 more minutes in class the next day to do it if people don't finish. Or she'll give you the hour. Okay.
comfortable. Do not throw things
Don't.
at my penis.
Don't throw it at me.
I'll step on your stomach.
Like for Mr.
Do it.
Like my parents, I was talking and ranting to my mom about it. My sister decided to jump in and was like, "Well, there's digital clocks in the hallway. It doesn't matter what there is in the hallway."
Yeah, like sometimes...
I had the whole point is that I had permission to do it.
yeah,
I
there's
had
also,
permission, which means they shouldn't have taken the phone from me.
I don't think there's a clock in that area, is there?
There is, but it's way far back from the wood shop.
Yeah,
You can
like-
barely see it.
The clocks are like so weirdly spaced out. Like there's one in each corner of the hallway, and the hallways are so long you can't even see it. Like it's kind of ridiculous. And like once, like they don't even fix the clocks. They like wait 2 weeks and then they fix them.
They pick and choose. They pick and choose what days they want to be really strict about things. It's random.
Yeah, it's like one day everything will be chill, and then the next day it's like all your teachers are just there.
I even told Mr. Grady, he was like, but he was like, there's not really anything he can do. And then I told Mr. Sheishan, and he was like, I mean, you're here. You might as well just serve it. But if something happens again, maybe we can do something about it. We'll try.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, at least you'll have your dignity. It might go on your record, but you'll have your dignity at least.
Yeah, but it'll just be a phone violation. Like for mine, it was. I don't know if it was. It was in my record, but it didn't show up on Skyward at all, and it would have shown up for cheating, which would have really affected me getting into colleges and stuff. But that's a phone, and that doesn't affect as much. They'll just keep an eye on you for when you're on your phone, or if they want someone.
Oh,
that
I'm
might
not
be
going to
distracted. I know you're not,
I'm
but I
going
was just saying
to
as
whatever it's
if.
called.
You've made such a mess.
I'm sorry. I like to rip up things. My forearm
And
hurts.
throw pencils.
Makayla tackled me, and now my forearm hurts. What are you doing, Makayla?
Blueberry flavored. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
You can have one too.
What is that?
Don't eat all of the vitamins.
Oh, the vitamins?
Here, I got a trash can here.
I just.
Oh my god! Why'd you eat so many? These ones are the disgusting ones.
I
I
thought
didn't
they-
even know what
I
these
thought
were.
they
I
were
just
the-
saw vibrant skin.
You know
I'm
what's
like,
funny?
what?
I thought they were the air freshener
Yeah, they're
things with
fruit dryer.
the like round orbs in it.
What?
You
No.
know you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I have a dry one somewhere.
My forearm hurts. Makayla hurt me. Makayla.
Is that where I punched you? Or Makayla punched
No,
you?
it's for Makayla. When you took my phone, she pinned me to the ground like
Yeah.
this.
Alright.
What?
Let's not break the computer again. Don't punch the computer, Aiden.
You said not to break it, so I'm to break it. You can't tell me to do something. Oh,
Shut him up with the gummy bear. Where'd it go?
Mm.
Stop feeding him gummy bears. Make the bucket. Make the bucket.
God, this episode is like this episode
An
is
hour
really
and 10
dysfunctional.
minutes.
It's just really dysfunctional, but that's fun. We're having fun with it.
It went from spooky to drama to not being here mentally. Give me the chump. Give me the chump. Give me the chump. Give me the chump.
I'm gonna get the cornet. I'm gonna get the
You get the cornet. I'll get the chump. Can you hand me the grease and the white thing?
I think Parker might call me and actually explain it.
Again? No, the little white tube. Like, it's not a tube, it's a little case, like Vaseline thing. It's really small. That's gloves!
Bruh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it landed in the trash can with all
These
the
are playing gloves to clean my trumpet in.
buckets.
Oh, this? Wait, no. That's okay. What
No,
is this for?
This is the right thing.
Alright.
You ended up getting it somehow.
What are you guys even doing right now?
Trumpet. Don't play too loud. Don't play too loud. Who?
Oh my
That's
god.
Makayla's duding.
I hate you guys.
She can't play it. Wait. Let me listen. I haven't played with the cornet. That's a mute.
Sam?
Can you do
Can you play
Wait,
Sam's
listen to
theme?
that is stupid difficult. That doesn't do anything. That's not a mute. That's a stand. Don't play it. It's loud. Don't play. Makayla. No matter how many times.
Aiden, no!
No, Aiden, no! Oh my god.
It's an Aiden stand.
It's an Aiden pedestal.
Aiden, if anything, you should try starting small with the mouthpiece.
That's what she said.
That's the point, Aiden.
Oh my god.
I can play the trumpet.
I got.
Alright, let's talk about
Trumpet.
something instead of you two being morons.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be fun to listen to.
You continue talking.
I don't know. We were talking about something. You got me off topic.
Keep
You
talking about
here.
stupid things that happen at school.
This is the most stupidest podcast yet. All right, Makayla.
I can't wait till you do your presentation in English.
I've
I didn't
succeeded
finish
mine.
my poster board yet.
Yeah,
You
mine
put mine
felt.
back?
Did you
You
see
put
me
yours
shaking
back?
up there
Here,
on the
I'll
board?
put yours back for you. Put mine back.
I was talking
Wait,
to you.
you did it.
Makayla,
That one. We're putting the trumpets away.
bruh, you're supposed to be talking. This is a podcast, not your trumpet cast.
I didn't get out the trumpet.
Newsflash, Allison, you don't have trumpet skill.
Newsflash, you don't have any music skills.
That's how I'm okay with that. Oh my lord, you guys suck.
Put it back, Mickey.
Uh-oh, my finger's stuck. There we go.
Put the mute in there.
Anyways, I can't wait for Makayla to go up and present. Because
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my essay.
Oh my god, how many times have you called her?
a bunch.
Jeez.
Well, she said she'd call. She didn't answer.
Probably in a few hours after her
She
nap.
gave me a second. There she is.
Hey.
Hey. Hi.
Z.
Do you want to go into more depth about the Mr. Peters thing real quick?
It's recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Maybe don't put it to the mic because it might be weird. Okay. Continue.
You best continue.
So, okay. So, what do you want to know?
The
What
entire
started
story, The entire story.
Oh my god. Nap time.
Okay. So, for Christmas, I got an origami kit. It had like 15 pieces of paper. I used them to make these paper dinosaurs. And I took all 15 and I hid them around Mr. Peters' room. And it was pretty funny because he went around and he found them all and he was just really great teacher about it. He's hilarious. And I didn't tell him that I had done it. So then the next day, I got some more paper and I made like 10 more and I hid those. And he's like, oh my gosh, they're multiplying. And so then I think I skipped a day. I went back and I hid 30. So now there's 30 dinosaurs everywhere. So what's that sum up to? Like 40? I don't know. I don't want to do math right now. And then we waited like a week, I think. Yeah, we waited another week, and then I put 120 some. I put them in a box, and I had to carry them in my backpack. It took me 3 hours to make these.
Hold on, pause. Hold on, pause for a sec. Honey.
What?
Pause. So, to explain to everybody listening what just happened, we've all been screwing around while you've been talking into the mic, and Makayla told me to deep throat Allison's trumpet stand, so I deep throated it, and then they shoved it down my throat.
Alyson told me to kill him to deep throat.
Oh, shit.
You had the idea that I was
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Continue your story now.
Okay, so
My water.
that's about it. I hit another 130. They sum up to 166 now. He has 140 of them. He put them on his windowsills, on the counters. He has them everywhere. He has them along the whiteboard. And he still has to find 20 of them. And those 20 are like, in the drawers, behind posters, on the bookshelf. He won't find them until he redoes the room, and it's great. He still has no idea that it's me. I've said things to throw him off. Like, one day, I raised my hand and I said, "Can I take a dinosaur home?" He says, "Why do you want to take him home?" Because he thought it was me. And I said, "I want to learn how to make them." And the face that he made, it was so confused. He like slowly handed the kid the paper, like, "Okay." And he was sure that it was me, but now I think he thinks it's Caleb.
Caleb W. or the one?
Caleb Woodruff.
Caleb Woodruff, because I had him write the amount of dinosaurs on the whiteboard so that he knew how many you'd have to find. So he's writing 166, and the teacher saw him write it. So, yeah.
Thank you for your addition to the podcast, baby.
Miles has been slowly hiding more and more around. Like, before he walked in one day, he put a dinosaur in the microwave, and he was about to warm up his coffee.
Oh, yeah, I
and
forgot
he
about
was
the
so
microwave
confused.
ones. We put a bunch in the microwave. I was doing that every single day. I put one in his microwave because he always heated up his coffee in my class. And he has a windowsill dedicated to radioactive dinosaurs. There was also the big dinosaur I made. I got a really big, like, poster board sized piece of paper. and I folded a massive one, and I put it on his chair, and he walks in, and he's like whispering to the dinosaur, and he tells us, he says they're his descendants. He is the overlord. And it was,
God.
You made me one of those, didn't you? I have it on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then I did your poster board for you for web design.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your
Okay.
contribution.
Yep.
I think do you think that's a good place to stop on the podcast?
I
Yeah.
really want to put a dinosaur in his airplanes. I want to put all of them on the wings.
Next podcast, we don't know the topic, but this has been your host, Aiden, your favorite co-host,
Allyson.
the Cripple,
Your
and
favorite stupid midget.
Makayla, and featuring Parker. Say hi, Parker.
Yeah.
See y'all next time.